Hello, this is Claus Jensen presenting my fifth video in my series on the exchange sacrifice. In the first four videos I have shown you examples from single positions where positional exchange sacrifice made a difference in that particular game. In this video I will talk about a thematic exchange sacrifice that occurs very often in the Sicilian Dragon opening. And this exchange sacrifice idea is known as one of the main attacking ideas for white, and one of the stem games of that idea was played in 1958, so let's have a look at that game. The game started e4, c5, knight f3, d6, d4, c takes d, knight takes d, knight f6, knight c3, g6, and now we have this Sicilian dragon. Bishop e3, bishop g7, f3, the so-called Yugoslav attack. Castles, queen d2, knight c6, bishop c4, knight takes d4, bishop takes d4, bishop e6, bishop b3, queen a5, and white castled queenside. And now the scene is set for a classical dragon game, because white wants to attack kingside with a pawn storm. He wants to play h4 and g4 and h5, while on the other hand black wants to attack queenside. He will of course also push his queenside pawns, and he can use the c-file, half-open c-file, to create dangers for the white king. So this is the classical dragon setup, and black here played b5, white played king b1 and b4, knight d5, bishop takes d5, bishop takes d5, and black here played rook a to c8, and then white made a very good decision. He put his bishop back on b3, because from here it's a very good defender, helping defend c2 and a2, and it will also be a good attacker because it's pointing down to the black king position. Rook c7, and after having spent some moves on king safety, white played king b1, bishop b3. Then it's time for him to initiate his attack. So h4, queen b5, h5, and if black had taken on h5 with the knight, then would follow bishop takes g7, and if knight takes g7, then queen h6, and the knight would be lost. So rook a c8 was played instead. Sorry, rook f to c8, and then came h6, g6, and h takes, and that's the first part of white's attacking plan. The h file is now open, and now comes the second part, pushing forward the g pawn. So g4, a5, and g5, and knight h5. And this knight move seems to hold everything together for black, but this is the kind of position where the general attacking idea for white in these sorts of positions is to play the exchange sacrifice on h5. And that is indeed what white did in the game. So rook takes h5 followed here. And g takes h5 and g6. And now the importance of this b3 bishop is clear to see, because the f7 pawn is pinned. If bishop takes d4 here, then g takes f7, and king h7, queen takes d4. Then black's king is completely stripped of defenders, and white is therefore having a very strong attack. So instead, black tried e5, then came g takes f7 check, and from here it was in fact only a matter of time before black would resign the game, which went king f8, bishop e3, d5, e takes d, rook takes f7, d6, rook f6, bishop g5, and now black tries to give back the exchange by playing queen b7, but it doesn't help him. After bishop takes f6, bishop takes f6, d7, rook g8, queen d6 check, and in this position black resigned the game, because there will soon be a mate, king to g7, g8, and then follows rook g1 check, and so on. So resigned the position in this game, and as you probably know already, having seen this game, or perhaps might have guessed at this point, that this is the very famous game from Portoro's 1958 between Bobby Fischer playing white and Bent Larsen playing black. And I know this game has been analyzed many times, but the main reason for picking the game was to show you this thematic exchange sacrifice that occurs very often in dragon games. And it's a very important idea for white to know if you're playing against the dragon, and I think it's a very good example of a type of exchange sacrifice that has been played thousands of times in chess history. So I hope you enjoyed the game, and I hope to see you on my blog at klausjensen.com. Bye bye for now.